You're listening to The Middle Age Gamers from Dimension X.
And we're back. Welcome everybody to Magdx. I am GI Gamer 1981. This guy over here is the sexiest author ever created. He is currently working on his Kickstarter for Video Game Collectors Field Guide and all the amazing projects he does with Premium Edition games. He is a graphic artist. If you have instructions in your Premium Edition games, it's more likely from this guy right over here. How has been the long vacation since we've
Yeah, it's been a minute.
It's
life.
been a while.
It's life.
Life sucks.
Depression, anxiety, stuff.
Yeah.
You deal with more stuff than I do, but
I think we're playing volleyball.
Yeah, I think so. We're just passing it back and forth.
It's the cooties you don't want. It just keeps on giving.
Yeah.
It happens. There's a lot of it's a very weird era. Like we had dads that would just be like, no offense to anyone out there, I want to use this word, but like, shut up, you pussy, stop being a pussy. That's basically the pep talk you got as a kid. And now it's like, now we gotta talk about our feelings and it's like a Dr. Phil episode. We'll be right back.
That make me Oprah.
That's right, dude.
Oprah's
rich.
You get a car.
You would definitely rock out a good Oprah. You were like, you get an arcade. You get an arcade.
Yeah. And you get a book. And you get a book.
Nintendo sent over Nintendo World Championship cards for everybody. Oh my god.
We'll get to that later.
Yeah, we'll definitely get to that later. So how is your Kickstarter going right now?
I'm still waiting on the physical books to show up. It's been a long time, and I'm getting impatient right now, as it is with the printer. I don't know what the holdup is. I mean, in their defense, this is the first time we've ever done something like to this scale. So, normally we're doing one book this size, and this is 4 books at the same time this size together, plus like wooden slipcase. So it's uncharted territory, but it still sucks that people are going to have to wait for it. But that being said, because there's been kind of a wait, and I let my backers know that if there was going to be kind of a longer wait, I would release the digital PDFs to them early, which I did yesterday. So I sent out emails. Oh, I was an idiot though. I don't know if you noticed. But so I sent out one Kickstarter email, and I'm like, hey, go to this site and put in this password, and then you can download it. And then I'm like, okay, good to go. I'm like thinking about it later on, like 4 hours later. I'm like, wait a second. Everyone in the public can see that post.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, crap. I'm like, damn it.
Delete it.
I had to change I couldn't delete it. I couldn't change that post, so I had to change the password. And email all of the backers the new password. So
you should do a little silence thing like, shh, don't tell anybody.
Yeah,
I'm happy to see what feedback you get.
Yeah,
that's what I'm really more excited for.
I'm really, oh gosh, I feel so bad too. Like, so I had a tier on my Kickstarter for VIP backers. People could pay an extra $40 to get a slipcase, and then they would get their own individual page in the back of Volume 4 with their favorite consoles, favorite games, a story of why their favorite game is their favorite game, and then some pictures of themselves, like a full page.
Yeah.
And I missed somebody. I got an email from someone yesterday, a friend of mine that I knew back in the Air Force, and he's like, hey, this looks good, but is there any reason why I didn't make it into the VIP section? I'm like, oh no. So yeah, somehow I missed it, and I just feel terrible. So I refunded him his $40, and the book that I'm working on right now, the third book, I'm actually going to send him a free copy, physical copy. whenever that's done. So hopefully that makes up for it.
It's tough too because like you gotta remember you got so many things going on, like all the edits, all the updates, trying
Yeah,
to get everything,
I
all the
still
pieces
feel
together.
terrible. You know, they're
Yeah,
the VIP backers. They're supposed to be VIPs, and I missed one. That sucks. Like I feel bad. So Gallegos, if you're watching this right now, I'm sorry, brother. I really am.
we still think you're awesome and cool. Just letting you know, you're
Comnap
the cool.
sucks.
Oh, that's another topic. You know what? I'm gonna say it like this. I hate all you guys. I hate all of you. You're not getting no parts from me. No parts. I saw this, dude. It's really funny. I saw this Dave Chappelle meme that someone hung up in one of the supply offices, and it's a picture of Dave Chappelle like this, and it's like you ain't. He's like, I'm in supply, and you ain't getting shit. And I could not stop laughing when I saw it. I was like, that is absolutely us. We're just total terrorists. Like, yo, you want to be mean to us? Then you're not getting any MyCap parts.
You're not
No
getting
parts.
any parts. Oh, this my cap. It's gonna take 4 weeks.
Oh,
Sorry.
look, what happened to your job number? It got deleted. Oh, you can't order your part on this job number.
Oh, there's a part and it's in the kit. Sorry, we lost the key.
Can I tell you a secret story that I never told you? Me and Lot used to
You're not
delete
gonna
job.
incriminate yourself, are you?
No.
Okay.
Me and Lot would delete job numbers that people would put in the thing if they were being mean to us. We'd go into IMDS and delete it. Like, delete it.
Oh my gosh.
Lot had a specific name that he would put on there too for the deletion, which was also hilarious. You remember Epps, right?
Epps, yeah.
Yeah, we just put his name
Daryl.
on those. Daryl was in the office, and we would just put him in the deletions. And he would come over and like, stop putting my name in there. I love him. He's so fucking funny. He's
Hey,
such
he
a cool
deserved
dude.
it though. Like he was so like the squadron at one point got funding for a break room, like a kind of a morale thing, and they bought a pinball machine.
I remember it.
And they didn't consult anyone who's like an expert on this shit. So I was infuriated whenever they got Avatar, the pinball machine, which is a horrible machine.
They destroyed that machine within a week. By the way,
it was so bad. Yeah, it wasn't maintained. Someone lost the keys, and I don't know.
I will not say any names. So my first week working with you guys, like the first week I got there, they had the arcade machine in there, and they were doing high scores in our area. And there was a certain guy that was going for a high score, and so to prevent him from getting his high score, this other guy I worked with pulled the plug on him so he couldn't beat his high score. And dude, his face, like he went from like normal face to like hot mad face, which was.
And I'm assuming it was Donkey Kong.
No, it was Gyrus of all games.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, they were going for high score on it, and dude, when he pulled the plug, it was so funny because he walked over to it and he like smiled at us, and the other guy that used to be in charge for us was like, "Don't do that. He's just gonna get super pissed off," and he was like, "Dude," and he's like, "You motherfuckers!" Shout out to the guy that he knows who he is. We also heckled him so many times about his anger all the time, which was just good jokes for us.
I know who it is.
Good fuel for the fire, which is great.
Yeah.
All right, so this week we're going to talk about pickups. We're going to talk about Atari buying basically everybody now in television. Polymega, they've been going crazy.
Snapping everybody up.
The video game showcase showdown that happened this last week with the State of Play with PlayStation, Xbox showcased, and who was the other one? There was someone else too.
The Summer Games Fest.
Yeah, Summer Games Fest. Keeley out there trying to handle the business too. All of a sudden on Kickstarter, I want to be quiet when I say this real close, so I don't want the ninjas coming after us. There's a new 35 anniversary Nintendo cart coming out. Under the table, of course. Snake Eaten. We just found out. We actually found out a release date for the Metal Gear Solid 3 that GameStop accidentally leaked today. We'll be talking about that as well. And our favorite card packs that we've been obsessed with since I've been seeing you Instagram posts about it every morning for the past 6 months.
It went from a joke to something
reality. It's
epic.
So great. And I wish we got the OG ones first. I wish we would have got the OG ones.
But you know, I like these two because they're really high quality. So it is what it is.
All right, so I also want to shout out to the dads on Father's Day today. This is honor of you. I'm rocking out my official dad gear. Sunday is Father's Day, which we're going to get awkward ties and a lot of shampoo and plenty of razors. So make sure you trim up kings. Make sure you cut your grass to make your neighbors jealous, and make sure to cook smoked meats to send that ecstasy smoke in the air for all the people out there. This is your day. This is your day. Enjoy yourselves. I can't wait for my awkward presents this weekend, whatever I'm going to get. I don't know what, but I'm nervous.
Oh boy.
I'm not a present. I'm not good at getting presents. I'm like you. I like giving presents.
Exactly. I hate receiving presents. I just don't know how to do it.
I was like, what is this? Like I'm not. How am I supposed to react? That's the problem with me. But
I'm grateful. I'm totally grateful. But
100%.
I 100% like enjoy giving more than I enjoy receiving. That sounds bad. That sounds really bad. I take all that back.
Hey, it's true.
And I'm gonna shut my mouth now.
It's absolutely true. It's 100% true. I'm just gonna let you know that I'm gonna co-sign on that. There's also a guy named Zach that will also co-sign on it, and a guy named Jeff that will also co-sign on that. That's our Magdx fanboy.
I was in the Air Force for 20 years. I really should know to not. I need to think before I say things. I haven't learned that yet.
If you don't realize what the military is, it's like a giant bottle rocket. As soon as someone lights something, it's definitely just going to explode and just do crazy things. So you just don't want to say anything wrong because it's
and had I said that in front of a whole bunch of aircraft maintainers, I'd never hear the end of it.
Your new name would be Mr. Receiver.
Yep.
So we're going to do
Mr. Giver.
Oh, he just gives to everybody.
Yep.
That's my line. That's my supply line. I'm the giver. You're the receiver.
No.
He's very smart. Very smart attackers. All right. We're going to do pickups first. I'm going to let you go first because mine's probably going to be a long, hilarious story of why I spent way too much money on the item that I picked up. So I'll let you go first, sir.
Mine is a little bit short. I've got 3 items, and I'll go in order of when I got them. And I can only show off 2 of them because one of them I haven't got yet. So,
sir, you said you came up short. Don't do that. Don't do that.
No, we're not. I'm not censoring myself the entire time.
You came up big. You came up real big.
Only the obvious things. Okay.
Yes.
So I finally got Sea of Stars, which I need to start playing.
I got the PS5 copy of that too.
Yeah. Well, I knew that we were going to be going to California. So, I'll back up. I'm going to California this weekend to go and see family. So that's where I'm going to be spending Father's Day. But it's been like 11, 12 years since all my entire immediate family has been together in the same place. So that'll be kind of cool. But yeah,
I'm excited for you.
Yeah, me too. It's going to be fun. But I knew I was going to be going on the road, and that's why I got the Switch version so I could play it on the go if I, wanted to. And then I was in Hallmark and I saw something awesome. This tape dispenser.
I want one for my office.
How freaking awesome is that?
I want one so bad.
Yep.
Well, see, do they have other ones? I don't want to copy you.
Just that one. Oh, you can copy me. I don't care.
How about a Knuckles hole punch, you sons of bitches?
That one, yeah, that'd work.
Or like a stapler, you can clamp it down.
Yeah. The third thing, and it's something that probably next episode you'll see it in the background. Someone put a NOS fridge on eBay that I purchased. So I will have right next to my Red Bull fridge. There's going to be a NOS fridge.
Oh man, you're gonna have so okay. Is it all going to be just different types of NOSes in there?
Probably.
I think you should go with a rainbow, do the blue, purple, and the green.
Well, the problem is they only make the blue and the No, I'm thinking Full Throttle. Excuse me. They make the
blue, purple, and green. They
I
had
don't
the
even think they
apple.
make
They had the
green
sour
anymore. Oh,
apple.
maybe they do. Yeah, you're right. But they used to have a ton of. They had like cherry
Tons.
out and like
Yep.
the black one that tasted like Tootsie Rolls. Like
That one was really good.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that one too. That one's really good.
But yeah, you're right. They have 3 flavors now.
The reason why I say it is because the one by my house, like that's down Giles, like they have they have a whole 3 set of yours. That's why that's where I always grab that sour apple one for you.
Mm. No, the fridge. I'm only going to stock with those ones, the giant cans with the pop top.
Oh man, you're gonna be punching walls after you drink all that stuff.
No, I was super excited to see that because I've I have a saved listing on eBay for NOS Energy just so that I can get all this like crazy stuff that you see every once in a while. I've got a flag over there. I've got this light that I bought. Hats. There's a display here that holds cans. But every once in a while, cool stuff pops up, and finally, someone put a fridge on there. I've been wanting one, and it was an awesome price. So
I'm looking for the Dr. Pepper wrap. That's the plan for the one you gave me. Shout outs to him over here. He got me a fridge for my basement because I told him I hate going upstairs all the time trying to grab drinks because I hate stairs as much as anyone else. I have to go upstairs, grab a drink.
Why do you think I have this thing?
What sucks is because you see how we watch football. Like I always have to go upstairs during commercials to grab something really quick. So now it's great. I'm gonna stock it up with what I'm gonna do for us for football season. Half is going to be NOS and half is going to be Dr. Peppers. So you'll have NOS over here when you're watching your games. So we'll have that set so you don't have to worry about bringing anything over.
Awesome too, like on top of the NOS fridge because it's flat. I can't put anything on there because that's the lid.
Mm-hmm.
But on top of the NOS fridge, I'm actually going to put my ice pellet machine.
Ooh, classy!
I'm going to have that down. Yeah.
Now you got to get little tiny glasses that you can like drink a little bit of NOS into and be classy about it.
I need a Dixie cup dispenser is what I need.
Dude, I just picked up a water thing for our work, which was hilarious. And it was a water jug, and it's like this hot and cold water. But they had a little mini fridge on the inside. I'm like, oh, cool. That's like you would store something there. When I opened it, you remember those Dixie cups that we had as a kid in the '80s? Like they're like this freaking big.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Dude, I have a set for you in there, ready to go. So if you want them, you can have them.
Hell yeah, I love that.
It made me laugh. I was like, what the hell? I haven't seen these since the '90s. I used to get mad at dentist offices because I would have to like hold the little cup and I would drink one sip.
I'm thirsty. Just like 15 cups later, like maybe you're parched. Quenched.
I had a dad once in there and he was reading some magazine and all he was doing the entire time was this. Like he just like are you gonna drink the whole thing? So I awkwardly sat down like I'm so thirsty. I've been running around all day. Well, my pickup is a sentimental and also a really, really dumb purchase. Really dumb purchase. I think you should
tell the story first before you do the big reveal.
Okay, so we went to AEW Collision. Shout outs to Council Bluffs, Iowa. We went there. My wife wrote me randomly on a message said, "Hey, we should take the kids to wrestling." And I was like, "Well," I said, "I think we should just take Leland because the twins, I just don't think they'll sit down long enough to watch it, and it might be a tough watch for them because it's long. They have commercials and all those things like that. You know what AEW is? It's All Elite Wrestling. So they came in town. They had their Saturday Collision, which, by the way, it was like a throwback for me because it's like, remember Saturday night's main event on TBS? So they used to show WCW at the Disney MGM Studios, and it was like from 6:05 to 6:08, which I don't understand the concept of TBS. They were always 5 minutes. It was never like 6 to 7. It was like
that was 6:05. What was about? Yeah, I never understood that.
It's just so weird. It makes me laugh because it's like you're so used to like the hour mark, and you're like, I have to wait 5 more minutes. Like, ugh.
Yeah, it's bizarre.
I don't know. Maybe it's like some weird Ted Turner thing he wanted to do. Like, all my shows start 5 minutes after. Screw everyone else. I'm not following the rules.
I need a potty break.
I want to watch the Atlanta Falcons and the Atlanta Braves and everyone else that's from Atlanta. He like put
America's
every Atlanta
team.
show. Yeah. Well, Justice was on that team. That's the only thing I remember. Like he's had that cool earring.
Justice.
Like
Yeah.
and he would fucking just crank homers. So
I mean, don't give me, dude. The Braves in the '90s were ridiculous. But anytime, and hey, you can attest to this. Well, we'll get into football in a second. But anytime you call a team America's team, what does that do to the other 29 teams in the league? It makes
Pisses
them
off.
fucking hate you.
Pisses them off. Pisses me off. I hate that.
Yeah. So who's America's team in football? There, Coffin.
Nope. I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
If it's in standard form right now, it'd be the Patriots, which I also don't support Boston either. Sorry, Boston people out there. I'm from DC. I support my city. That's why I love the East Coast. We all hate each other. Fuck your cities. All right. Screw Philly. I'll say it. Philly fans out there, you hear this? I hate you too. Giants. What have you ever won since Eli Manning's been gone?
Whoa. Phillies fans hate Phillies fans.
Philly hates everybody.
I know.
Philly hates everybody. Philly just hates.
They're equal opportunity haters.
If Philly came to a game with a mirror, they would fucking make fun of themselves. That's Seriously, how crazy they are.
Well, what they don't realize is they are making fun of themselves because they're all freaking alike.
Yeah, but the problem is that God gave them like this superhuman strength of like steel and anger, and so they have you. You want to watch a funny video? Watch them destroy their entire city when the freaking when they won the Super Bowl.
That's true. I mean, Dennis Rodman wasn't the best basketball player, but he was the most aggressive basketball player. That's what made him good.
100%.
Yeah.
So we went to the show. We told my son that he was going to a toy drive to help with donations because no offense to the dads out there, I play jokes like my mom used to play jokes. So I'll tell you the first story first with my mom. My mom told me that she was going to take me to see Travis Tritt, which I hate. I hate country music. Hate with a passion. She knows it. So she bought me tickets and we went to, what they used to do is they would have a day show and then in another city they would have a night show. So my mom bought tickets for both. So we went to the day one in one city and then we went to the night show in another city. So like if it was in Baltimore, they would go to Philly, like for the evening show, and vice versa. So we would go both. So the match I went to, you're gonna laugh. The main event was the Ultimate Warrior versus the Undertaker in a body bag match. This is when it was scary Undertaker, not like I'm the American Badass Undertaker.
Yeah, not the freaking Sons of Anarchy Undertaker.
It was Paul Bearer with him like, oh yes, yes, the Undertaker. It was the worst Paul Bearer voice ever. But the worst thing ever, and shout out to this dad that I would never ever see again. But it was Tugboat. I don't know if you remember who Tugboat is.
I remember Tugboat.
Tugboat used to be a guy dressed up like a sailor, like Popeye. He looked like Pluto, like as Popeye, and he would like do this little.
Yeah.
So he's wrestling, and his dad goes, and my mom was like flipped out on him. He was like, boy, honey, this sure doesn't look fake. And he like gave her the nudge, and I didn't know anything. I know it was, sorry, don't get mad at me, wrestling fans. At the time it was fake, and I took it like with I'm like, shit, it ain't fake. Look, he's hitting him in the face, like he's, I was getting mad at him, and he's like, yeah, sure, kid. Sure, he's like, way to hide those black eyes he's getting hit with, and then I'm like, he's right. He's absolutely right. He ruined
Christmas for you.
One, he ruined Christmas, and he just told me how the chef makes his food. Like, I was so mad. So, redemption, I wanted to do something like my mom did. I wanted to do the same thing to Leland. So we joked with him, told him that he was working at a toy drive. He was standing in line, and he was like, wow. He's like, there's a lot of volunteers here. And I'm like, I know. I'm like, everyone's really happy to help out these kids. He's like, I don't see any kids though. Like, I'm like, oh, they're inside. We're just gonna have to go in there. So we went through the line, we go to first place we stop is the merch aisle, right? I'm thinking like I got him. Like I'm like he's gonna see the wrestling stuff and he's gonna be like, oh, we're in wrestling, like like this. No, he's like, oh, are we getting shirts so we can help with the donations? And and as I could have just like nah, we're actually here for wrestling. But I was like, nah, I was like, yeah, absolutely, we have to go to the front and get blah blah blah. So there was a guy there. I won't name his name or whatever he is, but he's a total asshat. So I saw a wrestling belt that I wanted. It was signed by everybody in the roster. So like Sting and Darby Allin and all these cool wrestlers that I wanted to. I just want something to like nicely display. And so I talked to my wife. My wife was like, she gave me the old Chuck Norris thumbs up, and like I was like, cool. So I'm waiting in the line, like being a normal person, and this dude in pink and wore a luchador mask, and his wife was literally carrying like 50,000 belts. He cuts in front of all these people. He cuts in front of a dad that was with his son, and he was like, "What the hell?" And people started getting like really pissed off. So the vendor guy was just trying to get rid of him, and he's like, "What do you want?" And he's like, "I want the belt." And so I saw him take my belt and like just ripped at my heart. I was like, is there another one that signed? And the guy was like, nah. And so he's over there and people are pissed off at him and he's like putting his belt, like he's showing them like, this is who autographed it and this is who did this. And then he zips it up, he puts his money, he leaves. And I was like, what an asshat. So of course, out of my egotisticalness, and thanks to the guy, by the way, shout out to the guy, the vendor at AEW, which is also from where I'm from. Shout out to Prince George's County. Crew, we went to high school together, which was mind-boggling. We're like, holy shit, we went to high school together. He said, well, that guy's belt is not it's just a replica that they signed. Mm-hmm. He's like, the belt that we have it's a promotional belt. And I was like, what does that mean? Like, what does that mean? He's like, well, if a wrestler leaves his house and forgets his belt, they keep two on hand just in case. So we have it. So if he has to come out with the belt and blah, blah, blah. The problem is that, of course, like I told you, someone was injured, right? So there was no TNT champion at the time. It was Edge. If anyone knows who Edge is, he decided to jump off his old madness. He was 50 years old. He tried to jump off a cage. He didn't make the jump at all, and he broke his tibia. So his leg is like wrecked.
Ouch.
So I asked him how much it was, and I'm going to announce it on this podcast. This is exclusive. I paid $700 for this belt. $700. You know what I could buy? I could have bought Panic Restaurant for $700. I could have bought.
You could have bought a wrestling belt.
Yes, I could have bought a wrestling belt. And you mean this one? You mean this one right here? The $700 belt that weighs like 30 pounds?
Yeah, for those of you listening on Spotify or Apple or whatever, you go to YouTube, you'll see the magnificence that is this shiny belt. So I paid
$700. How
much does it weigh?
So I weighed it yesterday. It weighs 9 pounds, but the way they do it online, like they're like 9 kilos or whatever the fuck it is. Like I don't know why they go into kilos for things. I thought it was like 28 pounds, but Melissa made me. I didn't get to tell you, but Melissa made me feel really stupid. I hit the wrong thing.
Oh,
so this is actually 10 pounds, not 28 pounds. So I bought this out of spite of this dickhead. I just wanted to out. I hate doing this. I tried a penis show contest. I'm like, oh yeah, you try to fuck me, I fucked you. I got the good belt, and it literally lasted the feeling for like a couple minutes because I wanted to show off the belt to him, and he was gone. Like I couldn't find him. So then I look on the TV show later. He's literally like front row behind me. Like I could literally went down there and just like made a whole scene of it, but. I paid $700 for the most stupidest thing in 2024.
Debatable.
Listen, what can I get out of, like, what money can I get out of this belt? Like, what can I do? Like I'm showing this off now. I have it here. Like, what is
I'll tell you what. Okay,
payoff?
no. This is the plan. This is the plan, and it's for people like me who don't know wrestling. Because I went to a house show one time in Lincoln, Nebraska. I can't even remember what year it was. It was like the early aughts or mid aughts or something like that. And Randy Orton was sitting behind the desk. He was a nobody at the time. I had no idea who he was. He ended up being somebody obviously really famous, and then I found out that he was who he was. But I went up and I got his signature, but I had no freaking clue who he was. So what you do is you set up a table at a wrestling show. You've got your belt, and people will think you're a wrestler, just like I didn't know who he was, and then you can charge.
No, here's the thing. I should have charged what I should have done what I had in the first place. So when I got the belt, people saw me with the belt, and they're like, "Oh, can I take a picture with your belt?" I could have recouped all my funds from the time I had to sit in a freaking next to a bathroom. By the way, awkward. By the way, I'm taking a piss, and I had it in the bag, and they're like, and this dude's like, "Oh man, I would love to take a picture with it." Like, let me finish my pee first. Yeah. So then we walked out, and then I had to I had to make sure he washed his hands, and then here you go, take a picture, and then that just spiraled out of control to the point where security had to be like, "Hey man, you gotta cut that shit out. Like, you can't be doing that." And I should have just charged people like money. I would have got all my money back for the belt that I bought.
People probably would have paid like $10-$20.
But now I've had it for a few days, and I'm like, got the worst buyer's remorse ever. I'm just looking at what am I supposed to do with this? Like, am I supposed to go out and mow the lawn with it on? Am I supposed to just walk around in casual events and be like,
you're supposed to go and get groceries? You're supposed to go and Taco Bell drive-through with it? You're supposed to go to Ben's Game Zone on
Saturday for sure. The Saturday I'm bringing this Saturday, I'm going to wear it.
Yeah,
I'm going to actually wear it.
You should wear it to pop culture too. I
mean,
think
we could go pop culture.
Candy would get a kick out of it.
Candy for sure would get a kick out of it.
Yeah,
but he might, dude. He likes movies though. He's like super awkward. I mean, I feel like I think Saturday should be a day I just go around. Like, we should just go around and get breakfast in the morning, and I think I should just go in there and be like, we'll place the order.
We should go to Menards and get some power tools. And then we can shoot a promo for you with the power tools that we got, so that you can just make sparks.
Yes.
And
dude, we should. Dude, you know what? It's almost 4th of July. We should literally go to Menards and get sparklers. So when I go into Ben's, I have someone holding sparklers for me to go into the.
See, yeah. Well, hey, you just touched on another thing, that 4th of July. How much more badass is a fireworks show if you're wearing a championship belt? If you're letting fireworks off.
But I have to do it like Batista does, though. Where he gets down, he's like.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
It's just super weird having it.
You've got buyer's remorse, but I mean, dude, you've got some possibilities here that you've unlocked. You just don't realize it.
Well, I have one I'm definitely going to use against the Dallas Cowboys game. If we win, this is going to work. I'm going to put it on my shoulder at staff meeting. It's going down. I'm like, there's just too many losers up in this arena over here.
God, I just thought of a good one. You need to try and take that through TSA.
Oh God, no! I'm like, let me. You can't take it out of the plane. We need to take that away from you.
Sir, do you have everything out of your pockets? Yeah. You're wearing a championship belt, sir. Oh, I can't wear. I have to take my belt off. Oh, sorry about that.
So I thought of one scenario with this little shiny piece here, brushing my teeth with it, taking a picture of myself brushing my teeth with it, It's so ridiculous. I asked my wife about it. I was like, "Do you feel like I went too far with this?" And she's like, "I don't micromanage what you buy." And I don't like that comment because it makes me feel like she is micromanaging me in her brain, though.
She's judging you. She's judging you.
Oh yeah,
She's definitely judging you.
I'm definitely gonna bring it to bed for sure. I'm just gonna just wear it. Excuse me, the champion is going to bed.
Yeah, you need to have your entrance music queued up with Alexa.
I'm an ass man. Burr, burr. I love to kick him. I love to stick him. Goddamn fucking Billy Gunn. God damn it, his funny thing. But But Leland's first wrestling show was a success. I think this is the one thing with the belt is it's kind of cool because it's like I have a belt from Leland's first show. That's definitely the
That's
sentimental
one
thing about it.
hell of a souvenir.
Yeah, well, I could have bought new tires for my car with that price. Like I really screwed the pooch on this one. AEW, if you don't think I'm supporting you, god dang it, I just literally bought. This belt costs more than my tickets that we paid for that show. That's legit. The tickets were cheaper than the belt that I got. And shout out to Orange Cassidy. He won the main event. Got his Orange Cassidy AEW glasses. So I got those as well. Shout out to my boy Orange Cassidy. You know. And then it was really funny because one of the chants, I wish he could have been there. He was trying to put his hands in his pants to get the superpowers. And the other guy, his name Kyle Riley. I was like, "You're ruining my evening by you not letting him put his hands in his pants. Let him put his hands in his pants. Stop ruining my night." And if you watch the taping of it, you can hear me. Like, you can't hear my comments, but you can hear me giving them the business in the background, which is great.
Yeah.
But shout out to that. It was a great pickup.
That's awesome.
All right. Speaking of winners, all of a sudden, Atari's out there on the streets just buying up everybody. Television, freaking Polymega, they've just been on the streets just claiming up stuff. I didn't know Atari had all this disposable income to be buying people. So, is there going to be an Atari Jaguar? You know, what was that one called from back in the day? The Television Amico.
Well, in Television Amico, and then there was the Coleco Chameleon that was in the Jaguar shell. But it was called a Retro VGS before that. Yeah, Retro VGS. Yep. All this vaporware, man. But yeah, Atari is trying to make itself relevant again. And they're doing kind of the same thing that GameStop was doing, right? Diversifying so that they're not putting all their eggs in one basket. Because, you know, with the downfall of like physical media, of course, GameStop, you know, like that's their bread and butter. So they have to get into other things like graded games and graded cards. And I mean, for a while they were selling like cell phones and used iPads and crap like that. So
they're selling graded Pokemon cards. I saw, dude. I saw.
Yeah, they're doing graded cards now.
I saw two 10s, two 10s at the one in Bellevue.
No kidding. So
yeah, I saw.
It's already there. It is there. Okay.
So they're already starting. So I saw like they're doing. What I heard is they're doing test spots for them, like that have card spots. They're also, by the way, you didn't know about this either. They're also doing Magic the Gathering.
That doesn't surprise me. Yeah, doesn't surprise me.
What do you think Atari's plan is for this? Like, are they just trying to buy up licensing and then later like make like compilations, or what? Like, Polymega is like, I think Atari backing them was the only reason why we got our other items for the Polymega.
I think you're right. I think Polymega was struggling, and Atari, you know, pumping that capital into them, got them up and running again smoothly. You know, like they ran out of money or were having money issues, and Atari shored them up. But it's like I was saying. I think it's the same thing. It's Atari diversifying, and in television, you know, coming off of the disaster that was the Amico, that still is the Amico. There's never a better time to snap it up because, and I'm sure it couldn't have cost that much. In television is just a bunch of nostalgia. I don't even know like what comes under that IP anymore. You know,
it's like shovelware basically. It's like football. It's like what is it, like the default branding is you had as a kid. You know, like you go to a store to be like a nice like Nike, but it's like you go somewhere else and it's just like shoe.
Yeah, but yeah. So I mean, a lot of people have fond feelings and nostalgia for Intellivision. I'm not one of those people, but I know plenty of people who are.
It's the Hancock era.
So, yeah, exactly. It's that era. My friend Nate Pettit, you know him.
Yep.
He's an Intellivision fanboy, and so is Ryan Berger, who runs Old School Gamer magazine. They love Intellivision. So there's still love out there for Intellivision, and Atari buying them up, makes Atari more legitimate and brings them to the forefront. Not that they're like, a AAA studio or AAA company right now like Nintendo is, but it's making them more legitimate than they were before. And
I don't think they're owned in the United States. I think it's just like
no, yeah,
the Neo Geo thing. I don't know. Don't quote me on it, but I think they're overseas like investors for those places.
yeah. Let me look that up real quick so we can get that right.
The thing with Atari is like I like Atari for like it's like I was joking, like it's like a microwave meal. I like it for like 1 minute, and then I'm like I'm done. There's certain games I enjoy on it, like Kangaroo. Intellivision had like Burger Time and fast food like you have on yours, which is awesome. There's certain really good programmers on it, but man, like a lot of those games are trash. No offense, sorry ET out there, it's trash. Pac-Man, or Square Man.
It's kind of the same thing that we're dealing with too, right? I mean, we're from a certain era, and the kids that are going back and playing the games that we enjoy on the NES don't always translate because you have to have nostalgia for it because they don't, shine graphically or whatever. People aren't going to give them the time of day. I mean, it's different with us because like franchises like Mario Brothers and Zelda and all those like massive franchises came out of our generation. So those are easy games to play. But I mean, like, who's going to pick up, I don't know, Jaws, right? It's a good game.
I love Jaws.
I know, yeah, it's a great game. But I'd be surprised if, like some new gamer is going to go back and play Jaws.
Well, you have to think about it too. The YouTube era, everyone likes Nintendo stuff. It's a collectible asset. Like you don't hear a lot of people collecting for Atari. There's certain people that collect for Atari, but there's not like a lot of people that collect for Atari. So it causes like all kinds of, like I don't know. It's very weird to me. Like even as a kid, I tried to love the 2600. I really have, but man, I'll tell you two games I love, and you're gonna laugh at me. I love Spider-Man, and I love Empire Strikes Back.
Why do you love Spider-Man?
I like Spider-Man just for the reason that I just try to go as high as I can to watch Spider-Man fall to his death every time.
Yeah. No. It's the exact same answer, except I love the splat noise that he makes whenever he hits the pavement.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's so funny. I even love the sound of the webs going out. Like it's like he freezes for a second, goes, and they just try to. Yeah. Way to make a game where basically Spider-Man's trying to avoid bombs. It's not even a bad guy up there. It's just him avoiding bombs. And then the Empire Strikes Back is just basically the Hoth scene, and literally you just go back and forth shooting whatever the ATAs. Sorry if you guys get all mad at me. Sorry, your Star Wars lore. Don't hate on me, but like it's just such a cheesy game, and I love that game. That's the only two like I can literally play more than 5 minutes. Most of the games just like, okay, I played Haunted House. But when you look at like videos like John Hancock, like they do, you had to use your imagination. And I think like Nintendo gave us the imagination piece to it.
Yeah, because it actually looked like the box art for once.
And I'm wondering with the Polymega,
in a lot of cases, not most cases, but And
I'm wondering with the Polymega if they're going to make like a little cart thing for it. You know what I mean? Like where you can play Atari games on it and stuff, which would be pretty cool. But like I said, I don't know. I don't see the reason behind it unless it's just like making like collections like to make money, like how Sega's been doing right now with the branding portion of it.
Yeah.
What? Okay, if they came back and said, okay, we're gonna make an HD update to something, one Atari game on there, like or like Intellivision or whatever, what game would you want?
It's because it's Natalie's favorite game, and I would love to see her play it again. It's hilarious. Like she loves Stampede.
Stampede's great.
Yeah.
I know that it's Konami, but I always liked it on the Atari. Was Frogger. Like I just want a shitty looking HD update to Frogger. I love the music
with all the like flickering and everything.
Yeah, 100%. Like I want Frogger to look shitty. I don't want Frogger to look amazing.
Like,
I just want a shitty looking.
A talented developer, take this like super powered computer and make a shitty like ultra high
The
def.
worst
Yeah.
demake ever. Demake,
Yeah, exactly. Hey,
demake.
take all your talents and like make a shitty game.
I want to be able to like walk. I want that log to look like it's doing like in that game, where it's just like doot 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 doot.
Yeah.
I want shitty alligators. I want the whole shitty 9 yards. I want the shitty cars going slow.
Pitfall would be. I mean, like, you know, if you like added realistic blood and like, you know, screaming if you like fall into the alligator's mouth.
I want a HD Spider-Man just in that form of him just climbing a building the entire time. That's what I want.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's the things I want. You know, Atari, get on it.
Honestly, Spider-Man is actually the first game that I remember playing on the 2600. We got our 2600 from buying it from some like a garage sale, and Spider-Man was one of the games that they had. That's the first one I ever remember playing.
My cousin had it, and he was like, "I don't like this at all." This is when he first got his Nintendo. So I got hand-me-downs at that house. So like I played it, it was just giggling. It just made me laugh. Like I would try to go as high as I could and then just let him go. Just like, bye, Spider-Man.
And then splat.
Evil.
It's fun.
So we had dude, it was a crazy week. All these showcases happened all at once. Summer's Games Fest happened, then State of Play happened, and then Xbox like finally got its groove back, like craziness with their release that they came out. They had some pretty epic games. I will say this. I'm this is my review of it. I'm not a fan of what games are coming out. I think 2023 is going to go down in an era of just insanity of how many games drop.
Oh yeah, you can't beat 2023. 2024, dude, we're kind of like, you know, what's next? Like where are the games?
Yeah, what
2025? We have to wait a year for everything.
Well, it's very weird to me because the fact of the matter is that like when I watched the Summer Games Fest, all I was thinking in my head was, "Come on, Resident Evil! Come on, Code Veronica! Come on, Zero! Come on, something! Just a Resident Evil game! Like, just get me hyped!" And dude, nothing came out. Like, it's wild. Silent Hill 2 from Konami looked like trash. I am not excited for it at all. It is not making me excited for it. It's not like, it doesn't look spooky. It doesn't hit the same vibes. They were trying to, like, their presentation they had after the Summer Games Fest, all they were trying to sell was merchandise. It was like, you ever saw in Living Color, the Mo Money guys?
Oh yeah, Mo Money.
Yeah.
Mo Money.
He's like, they're like, "We got this new jacket from Silent Hill 2. Mo money, mo money, mo money. You can get it for $1,999.99." And they were just doing that the entire time. They weren't showing gameplay or nothing. They were showing merchandise. They were shilling so much Silent Hill merchandise.
That's Konami now. That's the state of Konami.
It just was bad news all across the board. And then, no offense to Keeley, but he was just showing us just games that I just like, I'm not interested in. I'm not interested in what they were showing at all. And then PlayStation came around and they did their State of Play, and I'm like, okay, here we go. The only game I was excited for was Astro Boy, the new Astro Boy coming out.
Yeah, that's all right.
There was nothing else. I was like, oh man, PlayStation just knocked this out of the park.
Yeah.
And then Xbox came out with theirs, and then they came out with, by the way, Call of Duty, like Black Ops, which is officially in our era generation of Desert Storm and Bill Clinton and all these co-op things that they were doing in the 90s. That's the next Black Ops. Like, that's the next Black Ops game. And really excited, they're taking Doom to medieval times.
Yeah.
Which I'm pretty excited. I love the chainsaw shield. I love that it's multiple crowds of enemies now instead of you just like, you know, kind of strafing around. You just tear shit up, which I think Bethesda killed it.
I still need to watch that trailer. I forgot to watch that.
So good.
Yeah.
They also, I don't understand what Konami's gameplay is with this. Like, Metal Gear Solid was a PlayStation game, and they released the trailer for Metal Gear Solid 3 Delta. It looks good. I'm happy that they kept David Hayter's, you know, voice acting in it.
Absolutely.
But I will say this: with it being an updated version of the game, it's very confusing to watch David Hayter's voice when I remember it being kind of pixelated and shady, like got it from PS2. So when they did the HD update, it doesn't look like his voice matches what the character looks like.
No,
It's
that's weird.
very, very mind-boggling to me. But they showed the first mission, the we joke the tutorial mission. They showed Big Boss finally, like the way she looks. They showed a couple of boss fights. I was really interested to see if they were going to show the end because I want to see how his old conjured ass
Yeah,
is going to
dude,
be in this game.
that's I think that's the coolest fight in the entire game. That's the one that's most iconic to me, and I think I've told this story before, but like whenever I played Snake Eater back in the day, I got to the end. He's a sniper, so he's super old, like on the verge of death. He's so old, but he's still alive because he can slow his heart rate to basically, he's almost dead or whatever.
Saves his energy.
Yeah, to save his energy. So, and he's got this like parrot friend that
Fucking
like
parrot.
follows him around. Yeah,
I
but anyway,
like to shoot him. I like to shoot him in
yeah,
that game,
and you can shoot him, yeah.
which is great.
So I think I lost to the end like 12 times in a row. Get good, whatever. I just sucked at the time. But I was also playing on not the greatest monitor. I think it was playing on a projector, and it was like super fuzzy. I'm making excuses, but whatever.
You should. You should, 100%.
So
Guys,
I got really frustrated with it, and I put it down for probably 3 months. And by the time I picked it back up, I booted up the same save file, and the end had died of old age.
there's two ways of killing him like that, though. You know that, right?
Yeah.
There's one. The dock where they have him rolled out on the thing.
The wheelchair scene
Where he's dead, where he's kind of like high in shell. If you get the sniper rifle early, you can fucking clip him, and then you can stop the thing. And then there's also this cool Easter egg that Kojima put in there. If you wait for a really long time on your save, he will die. And you can also Back to the Future to the future, and you can also kill him.
Yeah. But the criteria is that like if your save file, if you're fighting the end, and the save file, or if 2 weeks has passed since you played it, then the end is dead because he died waiting for you to fight him.
And people had crazy theories about that too. Like there were some people that were saying online, which was interesting too when I was going through it on the PS5, that like if you're not hiding before you hit your save file, like the end could actually kill you. So like when you boot up, like I guess like you die like every time.
Oh, that's interesting.
There was an interesting theory. I don't know if it's true or not, but they were saying that there was an interesting theory that he can also kill you while you're standing there like not doing anything.
That's a Kojima like mindfuck thing right there. He's if he hasn't done that, if that's not a thing, he'll probably do that in the future because that's something Kojima would do.
It's like a very interesting thing. I like the coat of color on it. It looks good. I love the coolest one I thought looked amazing, and you'll see it in your trail when you watch it, is when before he gets the bandana, like he just shows his hair. Like he's got this cool 80s kind of hair they did to him, which looks really cool, which I'm pretty excited about. GameStop possibly leaked the date on accident.
Oops.
They're talking about November 17th of 2024. It's supposed to get released.
Okay.
They do have a deluxe edition that came out with a couple patches and things like that. And then they have the collector's edition that has like a diorama of him with the bag on the tree, which I want that because it's sentimental to me because I could never find that stupid tree when I first played the game. I'm like, where the hell is this stupid tree? Yeah. So to me, it's like sentimental value that I have it. It's probably going to go in my office at work because it just drives me crazy. And he has, I like military patches. So like, they have the jump badge from the first mission, and then they have the patch from the second mission. So like I'm pretty excited about it. It was $199, of course. Best Buy, by the way, hilarious story. I went to pre-order it, and my bank thought I was being robbed by somebody. And when I did the pre-order, they shut it down, so Best Buy couldn't take my money. And by the time I came back, it was sold out.
Oops.
And then GameStop had it up, so I just took the gamble and I actually was one of the early people that found that the link was up. So when I sent it to you, like that's when it was like really early. But shout out to GameStop. They did something really smart. They blocked the links so you couldn't share it to anybody. So people had an opportunity to get it.
Okay.
So if you put in the link I sent you, it would automatically bring up the Xbox version, the default version. You have to go to the screen where it shows all the different options, and then you can go into the link. So very smart on them. Very, very, very smart on them. Are you excited at all to play it? Are you Kojima strong and like, nope, they don't put his name on it, I'm not playing it?
I've got mixed feelings about going back and playing like a story that I've already played. Especially when it comes to like Metal Gear. I guess I'm being hypocritical because I'm playing Final Fantasy Rebirth, but they're changing the story. I don't think they're actually changing the story with Metal Gear Delta, Snake Eater.
I think they're scared. I think Konami is just scared because if they alter something, then they're gonna be like, "Oh, they're trying to alter Kojima stuff."
Mm-hmm.
I think, and I have a theory on this. I think they're testing the waters, and I think what's going to happen is that finally, like Sony is going to work with Kojima to get the licensing to do a new Metal Gear game with Sony, and then Konami gets money for it. And the rule is basically going to be is like, hey, you leave him alone, let him make the game, and then we'll do all the publishing for it. You'll get money just for the licensing of it.
That would be smart.
It'd be a smart move.
If Konami, so like those Japanese companies, those family-run companies, have a lot of pride on the line whenever it comes to business dealings. So, if they feel like if there's still sour grapes between Kojima and Konami, I can see that being a bridge too far, even if money, is money talks, right? Like
Yep.
money heals all. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but you know what I'm trying to say, right?
Well, Sony tried to buy Metal Gear and they get Kojima Productions. They bought Kojima Productions at first, and they were trying to buy the licensing to Metal Gear, but Konami was like, "Hell no, you're not taking our freaking Trojan horse away from us."
Yeah, golden goose.
I'm trying to think what else came out for Xbox that I was really excited about.
The other big one that I was excited about is the return of Perfect Dark.
Yeah, I have caveats to it. I want to see how it plays. I saw the gameplay portion. It looks cool, but it seems like they're going more stealth with it this time, I think.
Well, yeah, I mean, like they're just using the Perfect Dark name. It's not like it's going to be the same experience as you played on the N64, right?
Yeah.
But we've done this before with the Xbox 360. Perfect Dark Zero came out. Everyone was excited,
I had that.
and
Yep.
it ended up being kind of a commercial failure. So fool me once, I bought it then. I'm gonna buy it again. Fool me twice, then that'll be on me for not learning my lesson. But I will buy it whenever it comes out.
You ever realize like it's so funny that there's like a new renaissance of old school first person shooters that are just coming out lately?
Mm-hmm.
Like Quake and Doom and Doom Eternal and all these things like that. Like I think it's just wild that these.
It's because all these studios are so afraid to invest all this money on new IPs. There's just way too much on the line, and it costs way too much to make a game nowadays.
Licensing is the key of everything now. Like even for movies and everything else, everyone's just making franchises that make money because right now the economy's so bad that they don't want to take a risk on something new.
Yeah, and that's why you're seeing like a new Fable, new Diablo, new Age of
Warcraft was coming out with something
Sea of
new.
Thieves, World of Warcraft. What was the other one? Yeah, another Fallout, another Starfield, another Dragon Age. I mean, on and on and on and on. There's just rehashes of like the same franchises that already exist, and every once in a while, a studio will have an amazing idea. They'll put a whole bunch of money behind it, and it'll be a success. But that's the exception to the rule, and that's why people are really. I mean, you don't see it that often. It's just
So here's what I'm excited for. Did you see this one? They're making a 16-bit old school Power Rangers beat 'em up
oh
in
no,
the
I didn't see
mind
that.
in the mindset, by the way, of the Batman animated series Konami game.
Nice.
Dude, they have a scene where if you remember the roller coaster where you're on the roller coaster with the Joker and it does like the whole spin around. They have that in the game with like a 4-player fighting putties and stuff like that. Like it looks amazing. Like I'm so damn amped for it because I love the ones on the Super Nintendo, and I'm so happy they're bringing back that as a beat 'em up.
Yeah.
But I did see my boy the Green Ranger in there, which makes me nervous. Like I need some sword whistling up in that piece. All right, I don't need none of that. There's a no offense. I don't like the Red Ranger. Sorry, Courtney. Red Ranger's trash. Sorry, he's the worst.
Yeah. Sorry, Courtney.
You can't.
But
Oh,
yeah,
God.
kind of going back to Atari and Intellivision. Those days, like the cost of entry was so low
Cheap.
that people could like throw all their ideas out there and try anything and whatever. But think about it nowadays. Like if you make a AAA game that's on par with any other like successful title that's going to make millions or even billions of dollars, then you're going to have to invest a lot on programmers and artists and musicians and voice actors and you name it. It just it adds up, and it's like years of development. So current generation, it just doesn't work.
I think indie renaissance is going to happen. Just like you guys do with premonition games and limited run games and all these things like that. Like if you notice the trend too, there's not really a lot of physical things like that. What was the first thing they announced to? Is that they announced to like Alan Wake 2 got a physical because people. Funny story, there was people trolling them. So they were showing their games that they make for that company, and they would put them. They had them on the shelves, and then they would make a fake Alan Wake 2 like CD holder, like or like some weird like troll thing. And I guess they kept trolling them all the time. And then when they did Summer Games Fest, they came out. They were the first ones that came out, and they're like, "You're finally gonna get a physical release." And then of course the whole thing went crazy, and they think like, "Oh, blah blah." And what they do all the time, which drives me crazy, they give Limited Run the first go, like to set up their releases. But now they're releasing them everywhere, like Best Buy, Amazon, these things. So they confuse the consumer all the time that you have to buy from Limited Run games,
Well,
which I don't understand.
Limited Run, their entire business model has changed. They're not what Limited Run is just the name of a publishing company now, right? It's not you have to go to their website for exclusivity because now they've branched out to Best Buy and whatever.
Well, I think it's more of that's what's going to happen in the future. You know how we don't have physical games anymore, right? They're going to be I think your company and I think other companies out there that are publishing games are going to be the only ones that are going to have the licensing to do physical games.
We're heading that way. We are. Yeah. It's few and far between, honestly, and especially for like indie people trying to get their foot in the door, like the stuff that's on Nintendo, the eShop and PlayStation Network, the stuff that doesn't exist physically. It's so hard for those guys to get their stuff on physical because it costs so much, and there are so many games. It's hard for them to like get the attention. So they'll reach out to like Limited Run, and Limited Run, they put out however many games they put out, but there's such a huge waiting list that they're starting to come to us.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And it's crazy because like I think that's where it's going is that now the companies won't have to risk it anymore. Like Konami and them, we think Konami's been doing LRG all of a sudden like all the time now.
I know, yeah.
And it's just going to become. I'm going to say this honestly. I think mostly it's going to become collector's items. It's just all the swag stuff,
It's unfortunate.
It is. Speaking of physical games coming out, you dropped this bomb on me, and when I saw it, I was like, "Holy crap! They're doing the 35th anniversary, huh? That's crazy." And they're doing so. Do you know that they're in July? They're coming out with the Nintendo World Championships for the Switch, or NES Remix Volume 2. That's what I want to call it right now. But
Yeah.
now Thor and them are putting together another cart, that is going to be coming out for the anniversary, the 35th anniversary of it. I thought you would talk about it because you know more than I do on it.
Yeah.
So there's a Kickstarter out. Please do not promote this because I have a scary feeling that they're going to get shut down as soon as it gets popular.
You can already tell that they're being cautious, right? Because right now they're not calling it that. Nintendo is nowhere on the Kickstarter page. It's nowhere on the branding. It's not on the cart. It's not on the boxes. It's not on the manuals. It just says World Championships 35th Anniversary Edition. And they say NWC, which everyone knows what NWC means, but they don't come out and actually say it. And like spell
But
it
I don't
out
know if Nintendo owns a copyright to NWC, but I thought I saw a Mario logo on one of those things.
No. So yeah, it's not the same ROM as the other NWC carts that exist out there.
Yeah.
It's an expert version. So you have to get 50 coins in Mario Brothers 1 just like you did before, but it's in harder stages. You have to complete a lap in Rad Racer, but it's in a harder stage. And Tetris starts at level 8, so high gravity immediately.
That's gonna be that's trouble. I here my thing is with me is that I saw it and then I saw the price point for it, and I understand how to do all the the build of it, the ROM chipsets, all that stuff. I get it. Like it's going to be expensive. They got to make a profit on it too. The problem I have is it's hard for me to entry into it. Like I got the one that we got from him originally. I think we paid like what $80, and they did the same autographs and everything.
It was like 60 and 100. 100 was like for the box, or 120 or something like that. Yeah.
The problem I have, and no offense to the UK, I'm not hating on anything, but I think the cost is based on they're building them and then they have to ship them to the States. And trying to ship stuff to the States is expensive as shit.
It is. Yeah. I mean, like to back that up, like I'm going to be shipping my books, and I sold a couple to the UK. I sold one to Austria, and I sold one to Lithuania or something like that. And yeah, it's like $120 to ship those books overseas.
Customs is man, they get so much money, and like,
but
the problem is I want to support Thor. Like I want to support Thor, but I can't support like $300. Like and then like, but here's the thing: when they take the money out, it could be a bad exchange rate. It could be higher than that. You could be up to almost $500 on pounds.
Yeah, because what we're talking about here is they have 2 tiers of backing. They have the regular edition, which is a purple signed CIB limited edition, limited to 350 copies, and it is 140 euro, which is about $151 right now. So they made 350 of those. There are 52 backers as of right now on that tier. And then the really limited one is a gold signed CIB limited edition, limited to 35 copies, and they only made 30 of those available to Kickstarter backers, and that was for 350 euros, which is about $377 before shipping.
Crazy.
And
400 and something.
Yeah, so it's going to be over $400 all said and done, and so it says that it's signed. So it's signed by the original winners, 2 of the original winners of the 1990 Nintendo World Championships, Thor Åkerlund and Robin Mihara.
Yep.
And well, so you were saying that a lot of it has to do with the price of shipping, but a lot of this it's an inflated price. Like they know that it's a collector's edition, and obviously, I mean, it's sold out. There's no all 30 of the gold ones are gone. And hey, I'm
here's the thing. Okay, let me just be honest with it. They're playing off the FOMO. Like everyone plays off the FOMO. It's limited. You won't be able to get it. Blah blah blah. The thing is, like, I got the one that he signed for me here, and I'm like, well, I mean, the same guy signed it, so I'm like, I'm like, do I really need a new ROM set version of it? You know what I mean? It's just, I get it. I get what it's trying to do. I know. I love Thor. For one, I'll say this right now. Me and Thor are arch nemesis. He's a Cowboys fan. I'm a Washington fan. We're arch nemesis for life, but we're always good sports about it. He's a really sweet guy. Really sweet person. Really like that, but like, I just worry about him sometimes because like I feel like this should I think it should have been like this. I think it should have been like a $60 tier and then a like $150 tier for the gold. Because I think that's more affordable and I think it should have been done in the States. I don't know why they I don't know what the deal is right now where everyone's
I don't know why it's
over the UK
and whatever. Because Robin and Thor are based out of the US, so I don't know what's going on with this.
Well, they probably have to. There's probably someone that's manufacturing them over in the UK, and they have to pay them in that price.
They can do it here. I mean, they've got Uncle Tusk who's still making stuff. There's Box Frank. There's a lot of people that make this stuff here. So there's really no reason that they have to.
You know what's crazy? What's crazy about it?
I
like,
know of. So I don't know.
Why wouldn't you use Rose Color Gaming? Like, you imagine the premium stuff that they would have done for it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he would have.
Like,
yeah.
Like, but that's the thing. I'm just very curious about why they went in this direction. Yeah. I mean, and I also feel this is going to happen. And I hate to say this, you know they're going to mass produce these, and you know that you're going to go to some convention, and guess what's going to happen? They're going to be at conventions, and they're going to be like, "What the hell? I thought this was exclusive, and really it's not."
Well, no, that happened. That hasn't happened with so they made a 25th anniversary one, and those were completely limited. Those were made by Retro USB, and I think that's how this one's going to go too. It is a limited print. They aren't going to do any more, and Robin and Thor wouldn't do us dirty like that. I know they wouldn't. But here's why I bought it, and it wasn't for FOMO. Like I'm in a weird place in my collecting career, I guess you could call it, where like I'm not collecting normal stuff. I have a large homebrew collection, a large portion of which is these competition carts. So this fits right in with my collection, and that's why I got it.
Well, the thing is with you, that's different because I like even when I look at your homebrew collection, like you have an entire like library of things. Like that's like me. I don't have that. I have some homebrews and things like that, but like a lot of stuff, like there's two homebrews I like. I like games that weren't released to the public, like Zelda BS and things like that, like curiosity things that I never got to see before.
Yeah.
And then I also like say for like your premium edition ones and things like that, like where they're giving a really amazing developer the right to try to release their game that they worked so hard to create. Yeah. I love those ones. No offense to you, I don't need a bunch of hacks. Oh, I don't need a Mega Man hack. Like I got Battle Kid. That's awesome. You know what I mean? Like freaking the retro USB ones that you constantly obsessed me to go get every time they came out. You're like, you go get those right now.
Yeah.
Like I do. I like the historical things of it. It's just the price point's just tough for me, man. I was like, but I can't talk shit.
Couldn't believe I got sticker shock, bro.
I can't talk shit. I just can't. If I didn't buy this belt, I might have probably picked that up.
Yeah, I mean it's apples and oranges, but like at the end of the day, yes, it's an inflated price. It is a luxury item. There's no way that it's not this much because of the cost of production or shipping. That is the price that they determined people will pay for this luxury item, and they were right because it sold out.
But it's also kind of curiosity too, because I saw Thor selling some of his Nintendo World Championship stuff that he had from the actual tournament. So I'm wondering, like, I'm just wondering what the mindset. I don't know. Are they the weird thing that I'm really kind of pissed off at Nintendo about is that those two dudes did not get the shine that they deserved in like the commercial, things like that. They never get their shine for it. And when you think like if they're able, like say for example, you got the MVG guy that makes the carbon engine and stuff like that. Like, you wouldn't think like you could put this new game on this new Nintendo World Championships that people wouldn't love to try them out, or all the other ones they released, retro USB and all them,
Well,
like craziness.
That's what's infuriating about Nintendo, and that's actually a topic that we failed to mention this week that we could talk a lot about. Nintendo is actively going on ROM sites and making people delete the ROMs.
Yeah,
So people can't host Nintendo ROMs anymore.
Sony's doing it too.
They're going through and deleting their history, basically. So Nintendo, I don't know, you know, they don't seem to care about video game preservation or video game history, which as a video game historian myself pisses me off. I fucking hate that. And yeah, you were saying that they don't get their like
Flowers. They'll get
yeah,
flowers, man.
exactly. And dude, these guys, to us, to the video game community, they are royalty. They are royalty. Yes. They have proven themselves. They were the original champions.
Here's what pisses me off. 2017 Nintendo World Championships, to be honest with you, that's bullshit. I don't give a shit about none of those motherfuckers. Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit? I'm sorry, I hate to say it. No one gives a shit.
Mm-hmm.
You can't make the fucking Wizard movie without fucking Nintendo World Championships being part of that whole background of that fucking whole entire movie. That's what we remember when we think of Nintendo World Championships. We think of the ending of the Wizard, and we think the way it looks, the style of how it like looks. I do. I feel like this is a cash grab. What pissed me off was when I saw that commercial. Like, there's no fucking Thor interview. There's no fucking interview with the like that.
Bullshit,
1990s, like 1990s one. You're not gonna put the ROM, the actual ROM of Nintendo World Championships on there.
Yeah, what the hell? I'm still so furious about that. Nintendo does that constantly. They get right to the finish line and they just don't take that extra step to like cross over the finish line, because they were right there. It would make all the sense in the world to have the actual ROM on an actual cartridge to be like purchased for the first time, to be legitimately purchased for the public. But no, there's the only official instances of the 1990 Nintendo World Championship ROM out there is on the fucking gray carts that there's 125 of or whatever, and 25 gold carts or whatever the fuck number there was.
Here's what they fucked up.
So less than 200 people in the world have the right to like legally own that ROM, Nintendo. Okay, I'll just pirate it. You're telling me I should pirate it.
Here's a funny thing that I think they dropped the ball on. Guess who could do it? There's one company right now that can do those things. I bet you won't even guess who they are. That can literally make those carts.
What?
Retrobit. Yeah. Retrobit has a Nintendo factory and a Super Nintendo factory. They mass produce games now, just like vinyls and everything else. You could have had them make two versions of the game: a gray cart version in a box and a gold cart version in a box. Don't tell anybody what they get, and you only got 25 gold ones, and you got fucking limited. Everyone else gets the regular version of it, and treat it just like the old days, like a contest. I can make money for you. They're like you know what Nintendo reminds me of? They're fucking Mr. Krabs from fucking SpongeBob. All they care about is they like money. That's all they give a shit about. They don't give a shit about anything else.
So the problem is that they have people looking at spreadsheets and PowerPoints in a boardroom making these decisions rather than gamers who actually care about this shit. Then that shows that there's no care put into it. It's just another rehash. It's just some bullshit that they're throwing out there for money.
Yeah, but little do they know what I'm going to be up to. And I don't care if they hear this or not. I bought 2 copies of it to get the cart. The cart has an opening on the bottom. Yeah. So someone's Nintendo World Championships retro USB might be going accidentally inside one of their little cards they have there. And they can't stop me. I don't care. But like, it's just... I wish you the best, Thor, with this. I hope you knock it out of the park. I mean, I could be jealous. I mean, it could be pretty times I could go see this thing and I'd be jealous. I've had that happen before, where I'm like, man, I should have done it. But I can't wait to see yours. I can't wait to try out yours. We'll definitely have to have a game night and try it out for sure.
Yeah, it'll be fun. And I'm actually really excited for High Gravity Tetris because I play better on higher speed. It's way too slow, like on the normal one.
What we should do, and I was thinking about this too, is like maybe we should do a game night at your house where we just all play the random Nintendo World Championship games.
Yeah, why not?
Dark mode and fucking the new one and all these things. I think it would be pretty cool.
So before we go on to our next topic, I actually failed to mention a couple things that I just need to. So I mentioned that I'm going to California right when I come back, and this I guess counts as a pickup. I got tickets to New Kids on the Block.
Hey,
I'm going with Natalie to New Kids on the Block. We've got meet and greet tickets, and we're going to be standing next to Jonathan Knight in the group photo when we take it. So yeah, we're going to Kansas City right after we get back from California.
Can you do one thing for me when you do this picture with them? Can you do one thing for me?
What's that?
Did you ever see the picture of Aquaman with some guy's girlfriend and her boyfriend did the joke picture? So it was her basking over like the Aquaman, and then her boyfriend was on the corner like, "What the fuck, man?" I think that would be so fucking funny.
That wouldn't work in this instance because Jonathan Knight is gay. So
who cares?
He's still a really good-looking man.
That's what I'm saying. That's what the whole joke.
His hair game is on point, dude. Just a look of Jonathan Knight and his hair. Holy crap, man! And anyone who's ever watched Farmhouse Fixers or something like that, he's got a show on HGTV or whatever. But yeah, his hair game's on point. I'm jealous.
Yeah, what you guys don't know about Amara knows all the underrated like HGL shows that are out there.
Yeah. Well, that's what I never watch TV, but I'll watch TV with Natalie. So like the only things I ever watch are like Farmhouse Fixers, Flip or no, what is it? It's so one where they decide to like renovate their house or move to another one. Anyway, that one, and then Dateline in 2020.
So in this house, it's you're gonna laugh at all the things. Family Guy,
yeah,
Beavis and Butthead, ID Murder, which is the one that Melissa always wants to go to sleep to. It makes me nervous every time I go to sleep, and then like I don't like the guy who talks in that show. He's like, and then he took out a knife and stabbed him. And then so Melissa gets mad at me because I'll just tell her the ending of the whole show because I've seen like all of them. And I'm like, and then it was Dave with the knife because he was her husband and he didn't want to come home to a cold dinner. like she gets mad because I make up dumb scenarios for him why they're murdering people. And like she took his wallet and they took his credit card out and bought a hat.
Speaking of hats, so I actually had a I'm going to a New Kids on the Block concert. Natalie's going to be dressing up in her New Kids gear. I had to have some New Kids gear of my own. I'm a baseball guy. I know that they're Boston Red Sox fans. So I had a red jersey made with NKOTB written on the front in the Boston logos. So I've got a baseball jersey I'm going to wear, and then I'm going to wear this hat that I had made.
That hat's awesome.
The Sega lettering. It turned out really good.
I'm so excited to see it.
Yeah. And then the last thing that I was going to say, I'm sorry, I'm taking a little bit of time, but
no, you do your time.
Was a really cool discovery that I made. So I mentioned that I have saved searches, one of which was the NOS stuff, but another one is Gizmondo. For those of you who don't know what Gizmondo is, it was a 2005, 2006 handheld that was supposed to be like an everything machine. It had a camera, it had GPS, it had the ability to play games. It could play MP3s, MP4s. It was just a like do it all device. So there were only a handful of games ever released in the UK and over in the US. But then on top of some games, there were these Navigator Gizmondo Copilot SD cards that gave you maps for GPS. There's one for the entirety of the UK, and then there's one for the entirety of the USA. Those are the only two that were known to have come out until I noticed this eBay listing that is currently up, and I'm gonna wait until after the auction's over to air this, so I don't get sniped. So yeah, you won't be seeing Magdx until after Thursday.
Yes.
But anyway, so I saw like this guy had it listed, and it said Gizmondo Navigator 2006 Copilot West Coast US version. I'm like, what the fuck is that? That does not exist. It's not in my book.
No.
I did all this research, and like I did tons of research on the Gizmondo at one point. Barry Carenza's never heard of it. The video game Kraken has never heard of it. Like all these people in these like handheld collector groups have never heard of it. I was doing some research on it, and the Gizmondo press release actually mentions this. That they originally were going to have those regions for the US available for $179 a piece individually. So it would be East Coast, West Coast, Southwest, and Midwest. All four of those. Or you could buy the entire four together as a USA pack, the one that did come out, for $250.
So they're like based like you know how like you remember the Neo Geo X, like where they had like one game was on there, but then they had like a whole bundle pack where you could get all of them.
Yeah.
So like it's probably because like some people don't travel, they just use it around their local area, you know.
So I bid on it, of course. I want it. It's an unknown. It's a rarity. I'm a historian, so I for preservation's sake, I would love to have it. It's an awesome piece because I discovered it and it's unknown. But so I bid on it, and then like a couple days later, I was outbid. I'm like, crap, someone else noticed it. So then like I'm probably not going to get it. I'm still going to try and get it. Right now, I'm the highest bidder, but I'm probably going to get sniped at the end. If that happens, so be it. But the most important thing to me was that I get a scan of the label, because there's no good image of it out there, because it doesn't exist, right?
Yep.
So I emailed, or I messaged the seller. I'm like, hey, you have a rarity on your hands. And I let him know exactly what it was. I'm like, this isn't supposed to exist. Can you please scan it for me? Send me a picture. I will exchange digital copies of my book for that, if you do that for me. So over the weekend, he scanned it, and I now have
awesome.
a high quality scan of this piece of software that shouldn't exist. So if I don't get it, then at least I can put a picture of it in my book now.
Yeah, and you got it preserved now for good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. I've got it preserved, because had that, it was a crappy picture on eBay with like glares and everything. So had that gone unnoticed and then gone into someone's collection, it would have been lost forever, and no one would have known about it. But now I can bring it to light.
But it could be a lot of things going on. You know how the video game museum might know possibly about it, and like
I do need to reach out to John to see if he knows about it.
I think either way, I think it's beneficial like that. But if you do get it, I do have one request. I want you to do just like Jake Paul does. I want you to get a chain, and I want you to put it in a hard case.
Yeah, honestly, if I get it, I'm probably going to send it to CGC to have graded and authenticated.
It'd be awesome. I think it'd be a cool little thing to put up on your thing.
Yeah,
with all the other things.
It's unique. I mean, so this is the second software discovery I've made this year, for something that was previously unknown.
Another question: did you ask him if he might have the other regions?
Yeah, so I did. I reached out to him again today, and here, let me actually read you what I wrote him. Sorry, bear with me 1 second.
No.
Hey, sing some elevator music.
I keep forgetting where my emails are right now. I'm trying to find them and my password so I can read it to you. I'm gonna get copyrighted for sure.
All right, messages.
If I look like Michael McDonald, does that mean I could sing like Michael McDonald? Is that like is that a copyright rule that I can do?
Of course. So what I said to him today after he sent me that scan, I said, that's absolutely perfect. I sincerely appreciate you going to the trouble of doing this for me. As a video game historian, I can't express how important it was that this be scanned for documentation purposes. I'm not exaggerating when I say that this is an absolute rarity. In fact, as far as my research has unearthed, this was previously unknown to anyone before I saw your eBay auction. The only mention of this particular release was during the press release for the Gizmondo, where they stated that GPS software would be available for the full UK and full USA, as well as cheaper iterations of the USA maps that are separated by region: West Coast, East Coast, Southwest, Midwest. UK maps and USA maps are known to have been released, but the separate regions were thought to have been canceled. If you still intend on keeping the auction up, then I'm going to try and make a concerted effort to win the auction. However, it would be my recommendation to you that you might cancel the listing and keep it for yourself to sell later, as this might be a very expensive item given its rarity and mysterious nature. Just something to consider.
That's cool.
So I'm trying to do him a solid. Like, I'm letting him know what he's got.
I'm just wondering if he has like you know how like they had like, you know, when Virtual Boys were like really sold, and then they find like a warehouse full of them. Like they go like, so you never know. You never know. You don't know what he has. Hopefully he'll write you back.
It's weird that it's not on any forums. It's not on anything Gizmondo. No one's ever mentioned it. There's no pictures of it. There's nothing. What I have is the best scan there is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exclusive.
He's got the only one known, and it's on eBay right now. Well, it's so funny. When you guys see this, when you listen to this, it will have ended, and we'll see if I got it or not, but we'll see. Okay, that was a long tangent. I'm done.
All right, let's talk about candy.
Okay.
Piece of candy. So, we were joking about this prior to this, and we thought it would be funny just to talk about it for a second. But our favorite movie candy. Like, so I just saw Mad Max Furiosa, and so we went there, and right before the movie ended, the power went out, so we sat around for an hour to wait for the last 15 minutes of the movie, which sucked. But you know, during the convenient time, we got some snacks and things like that. So I wanted to get, what's your go-to movie candy?
Aside from popcorn, which is delicious. And I love all the artery clogging butter that I can get on there, like saturated.
Anyone that doesn't like butter, if anyone doesn't like butter, like dude, you give me dry fucking popcorn, I will punch you.
But my go-to has always been peanut M&Ms. I love peanutty chocolate. It's good.
So are you a Reese's guy?
Not so much. Like, Reese's is too sweet for me. Like, that peanut butter, it's not peanut butter, dude. That's like sugar peanut butter.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I don't mind them, but like I've heard theories. People were telling me about this, and it kind of like drives me crazy. Like they say, like the egg versions are different than the regular versions. I'm like, they're all the goddamn same. Shut up.
Well, the chocolate ratios are different on some of them. So when you talk about the miniature ones, I will agree that the ratio is better. The chocolate to peanut butter ratio.
I have one caveat. I do not like them in the Christmas things when they put the little teeny ones, because they get stuck. They never, you can never slide them. Yeah, you can never slide them out. And like you have to, dude. I have broken so many of those hard plastic sides of those things trying to get those damn things out. Yeah. Absolutely. Reese's, get a bigger fucking thing so I can have your candy. So stupid. But my go-to, and this is really funny. I'm not a Nestle Crunch fan. I don't like the bar. Like, I don't like Nestle Crunch bars, but god damn it, them breaking them up into little pieces and throwing them in a box.
Those little crunch nuggets.
The caveat to it, though, is it's the worst candy for a movie, because you know why? When you turn the box, it sounds like you're like those little sand machines, like shh.
They're like Rainmaker.
Yeah, dude, it's so loud. When we were in Mad Max, I had to wait for giant explosions to like try to shake out candy as fast as I could, because I didn't want like to be awkward and like ruin someone's fucking movie.
Yeah, I hate that.
The other one I love is Sour Patch Kids. I will
Yeah,
murder some Sour Patch Kids.
When it comes to non-chocolate, I totally agree with the Sour Patch Kids. So good.
I've heard people put them in popcorn, and I'm really interested in trying it, but I'm like, I don't know. I don't want this ruin it for me.
Nah. Okay, so what's the worst?
Oh man, that is a really good question.
I've got one in mind.
You're gonna get mad at me. I don't like Junior Mints. I'm not a Junior Mints fan.
Okay.
Also, fuck anyone that likes snow caps. I don't appreciate snow caps.
Those are gross.
I don't like them. I don't like the way the texture of them are. It's like they're just very weird. I don't know why they sell them in there. Like you have so many fucking baller candies that you could fucking put in there, and you fucking put in snow caps and Junior Mints.
It's like if you like took chocolate and put toothpaste in it.
Yeah, 100%. I absolutely the only thing the Junior Mints ever did correct was the Seinfeld episode where that dude's doing surgery and he throws one in. That shit.
Okay, so you don't like Junior Mints, but how do you feel about York peppermint patties?
If I'm like at a grandma's house, I'm all in. But if it's not a grandma's house, I want to have nothing to do with those motherfuckers. Don't put that shit in my face. We're not going to find
you with Werther's Originals.
I'll fucking caramel, dude. Okay, I'll say this: the most underrated candy ever. And Melissa gets mad at me about this. Do you know the caramel with the little white cream in the middle of it? Like they're like round. They're like pennies.
Yeah.
Best candies ever fucking made.
No. I've got one better. It's the black or the brown, pink, and white coconut chewy thing.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I hated those things. It was like the Napoleon ice cream.
Love those.
The Napoleon ice cream ones.
Yeah. So good.
Are they Charleston shoes or what the fuck were they called?
It's just coconut. I don't know what they're called, but yeah, it's kind of generic. I don't think there's any name brand one.
Here's what happened. I'll tell you what fucked me up with coconut. You know those ones you give to your ladies, like the chocolate boxes?
Mm-hmm.
And you're hoping in your brain like you're gonna get like almond or fucking caramel or some shit. They always throw in those fucking coconut ones that fucking
those are the best.
But here's the thing. If you're expecting like caramel, right, and then you take a bite and it's a completely different consistency, it's fucking disgusting. I'm sorry.
So, like, me wanting to get the coconut ones and then biting into like a coffee one, that's the worst.
Oh, so you're the teeth sampler where you just chew into every single one till you find the one you want. Oh my god.
I was a fat kid.
Dude, my fucking my mom almost murdered me doing that once because I was trying to find all the caramel ones.
Oh no! I wouldn't take like a tiny bite of everything.
Oh, 100%. I would sample it. I'm like, nope, that's not it.
Well, they're called
that's samplers. Not it. Oh, so gross. Dude, the other worst candy that I just can't stand the passion is Almond Joys, and I fucking cannot stand them. I hate them. How do you have two different? No, but here's the thing. How do you have two different candies that are exactly the same fucking shit? Like, I don't get it. Like, they had was it Almond Joys and they had the other one. I can't think of the other one.
Mounds.
One's got nuts, one doesn't. Like,
no, they're completely different.
Because they got nuts?
Yeah, Almond Joy has nuts. Mounds don't. Because sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't.
No. No, you put the fucking shit together.
No. There's a difference.
So I get
in the chocolate too. The Mounds has dark chocolate, and Almond Joy has milk chocolate.
No one fucking wants a flat fucking chocolate. I don't give a shit what anyone says. If you don't put fucking nuts in it, no one likes fucking regular M&Ms.
I know.
Everyone likes peanut M&Ms.
Almond Joy is superior. I agree with you.
So that one needs to go the fuck away. And here's the thing. If you're going to fucking put nuts and shit, just fucking put nuts in. Don't give me dude, flat Hershey's chocolates, the only thing they're good for are fucking s'mores. That's it.
Not even good for that. No. S'mores are overrated. Terrible.
No. S'mores are great.
Hell no.
Graham cracker? Graham cracker and fucking marshmallows? Delicious.
No. You're okay. Graham crackers, you're
a candy sandwich.
Hold on. You're combining beach sand with shitty chocolate,
beach sand,
and something that belongs with Rice Krispies.
There's fucking cinnamon on the fucking graham cracker. It's fucking delicious. You're putting cinnamon?
Not always. Not always.
No one ever hates a cracker. I don't give a shit what anyone says.
A normal graham cracker doesn't have cinnamon on it.
Listen to me. You've been poor, and you know this. Fucking the two things you have in your fucking house at all times are saltine crackers and graham crackers. Don't tell me you didn't murder fucking graham crackers. That is bullshit lie. I
No,
love graham crackers. I will fucking.
I was a vanilla wafer kid.
Well, those are pretty cheap too, though. You get a fucking. I always thought they were very questionable because I was like, they must be doing cardboard or something because it's like this. It's like this big. Oh, sorry.
And,
Like
the
this
thing
big.
about vanilla wafers, you can never tell if they're stale.
Nope. And the strawberry one, strawberry ones.
The freshest vanilla wafer, it feels stale.
The fucking chocolate ones fucking annoy me too. I will not touch.
I've never tried that.
Fucking strawberry or fucking vanilla are the only two acceptable wafers. I don't give a shit. You guys can write in the comments. I don't care. Chocolate is trash. I don't care. You don't.
I hate chocolate ice cream too. Nasty.
If I don't mind chocolate ice cream, you just got like a Rocky Road, for example, with chocolate ice cream. You got to put some shit in there with chocolate. You just can't just give me just basic ass chocolate. I'm sorry, it's not happening. Sorry, I'm getting all riled up. Can't believe you don't like s'mores.
Before we get off this topic,
s'mores.
I have to like say the worst candy that's in the movie theater. Period.
Okay.
And if you don't agree with me, you're a communist. It's Raisinets.
Why? I hate those things.
Yeah, they're nasty.
If that's the high, dude. Whoever thought fucking raisins should go with fucking chocolate, I should punch you. The only thing good.
Whoever thought raisins were edible should go jump off a cliff.
The only raisin acceptable food is Raisin Bran. I don't give a shit when anyone else says. Yes, it does. Bullshit. It's delicious. Delicious with milk. Raisin and milk are like this. Like this.
I don't know.
Let me tell you how basic.
I don't think anything's strong enough to mask the taste of raisins.
Let me tell you how basic bitch I am. If you give me a box of Raisin Bran, I'm telling you this right now, I will murder the entire box. I don't care. I like it soggy. I like it just shitty. I will murder that thing. No questions asked.
Give me what's the one with almonds and like granola pieces?
Was that great grand something?
No, it's not grape nuts. It's
not great. Grand something.
I don't remember.
Grape nuts. By the way, who the fuck eats grape nuts? That's fucking disgusting.
Old people.
If I see you buy grape nuts in the store, I'm punching you myself. I'm coming to your house and I'm gonna knock it out of your hands. You know who wakes up and is like, you know what I want today? Grape nuts. Just a bland, fucking nasty cereal.
I just remembered Honey Bunches of Oats. That's the best.
If it's in the honey category, I like honey grams. I'm not gonna lie. I like little beehives.
Again,
beehives are delicious.
Beach sand. you like chewing beach sand. It's
How dare you?
What we've learned during this podcast.
You mean I have the best flavors.
When you went to the beach, you like purposely, you're like, oops, my hot dog fell into the sand.
You're a fucking liar, and I'm gonna tell you how you're a liar. I know you had a fucking Ziploc bag full of them when you went on fucking trips when you're playing Game Boy. Don't try to play that bullshit with me. You know you had.
I'm not gonna pretend like the sand didn't get in the hot dog somehow. It was windy at the beach.
You had honey. Or was it fucking honey grams at fucking in a Ziploc bag? Every kid had it.
Cheerios, Honey Nut Cheerios. Oh
yeah. No, the little ones with the little honey beehives. Has like the bear on it and stuff.
Oh, okay.
That's what I thought. You got me aggressive for me. I was like, wait a minute, hold up. You don't talk to me. Call me a beach
I thought
sand?
we were talking about more graham cracker stuff, which is beach sand.
I cannot believe you hate graham crackers. That makes no sense to me.
Flavored beach sand that's compressed like a coal making a diamond. That's all it is. It's beach sand. And
I am talking to your dad.
You pump enough pressure into it, and it turns into
I am talking to your dad. I am talking to your dad.
They put it in a package and they profit. And I'm
going to talk to your dad, and I'm going to ask him. I'm going to ask him personally, like, did you have graham crackers in the house when you were growing up, and did Amara eat them?
Mm-mm.
You're a beach sand communist. That's what you are.
Nope. I took a bite and then I acted like I ate it and then I spit it out.
I bet you were like, hey man, I need s'mores right now. Let's get it. Let's get these marshmallows going. Let's get it.
I hate s'mores. I hate them.
I cannot believe it.
It's
best.
It's not even the fact that it doesn't taste good. It's messy.
Yeah, it's a candy sandwich.
Yeah, it's gross. Like Hershey is the worst chocolate. We can agree on that.
No,
we can agree on that.
Let me blow your mind. You just take the Hershey chocolate, get the fuck out of here. You go see my friend called Mr. Goodbar, and you bring that little motherfucker right in here. You put
The peanuts
Mr.
are just
Goodbar.
masking the shitty chocolate at that point.
Mr. Goodbar is better than Hershey's. I'll say that right now.
I totally agree, but it's the peanuts
100%.
that I like, not the chocolate.
Mr. Goodbar it makes delicious chocolates. I don't care what anyone says. Whoever you are, John Goodman, Mr. Goodbar, whoever you are, you're the man. Dude, my friend
Goodman makes a good bar.
By the way, a little inside story here. I got a Zero candy bar, and a bar looked at me like he was the most disappointed dad ever.
Yeah, I was like, I thought I knew you.
And he was so spiteful that I ate it in his car just to drive him crazy.
Oh god.
Zeros are underrated. Anyone doesn't know what zeros are, look them up. White chocolate. They're like Milky Ways with white chocolate. They're fucking delicious. So good.
Nougat and white chocolate. That's
delicious. You don't like Milky Ways?
I like Milky Ways, but I like it with chocolate.
It's white chocolate. Don't act like you don't eat those Kisses that are fucking white chocolate.
I used to like white chocolate. I don't like it anymore. Now it's candle wax. So you like candle wax and beach sand.
A bar is a candy racist. He doesn't like any white chocolates. I know we're getting under the 2-hour mark, but I want to bring up the last topic before we go. Me and Ibarra have been obsessed with this guy for a very long time. I was on Instagram, and usually before work, I kind of just send him funny videos to get him through his day. And I ran into a guy that did these card sets called Divorced Dads. And what he does is he makes fun of people like doing openings of packs of cards, but they're all in the lines of dads. So like
if you were a divorced dad.
Yeah, like
for you.
So it's basically like dads from like the 70s and 80s. You know, the ones that would leave you like with like a carton of milk, and I'm going to go get milk and crazy stuff like that. So we started watching them, and they were just funny because he makes this joke every time about looking for a house, like this hologram house card.
Yeah, because as a divorced dad, you lost the house, obviously.
Yeah, so it's this big joke, and so me and him been obsessed with this house card forever. And then what this guy did was he took like Magic the Gathering, and then he put divorced dad stuff in there, and so Ibarra couldn't help himself, and he bought like 2 booster packs and some like regular pack cards to open them. So you have to support this guy. This guy is hilarious.
This is an actual card game, a playable trading card game.
Like Magic.
Yes, and it like he was saying, you can buy starter decks, which if you buy a starter deck, they're all the same. It's so that you can it's if you're starting so that you have like a deck to play with, right? But they're all the same. They're not randomized. But if you buy the booster packs, those are randomized cards. And you get 9 of these cards per pack with 1 foil in every pack. So we were going through them, and like I was cracking up. Like of course I wanted the house. I was hoping to pull the house, but I didn't pull the house. But I did get one of my favorites, and this one's relatable to me. Got a CPAP machine. Witchcraft has stolen your breath.
That was, by the way, Melissa cracked up when she saw that too.
So we got Bald Spot, which is a mystic patch with unknown origins, and then Getting Sigs.
That's my favorite. It's my favorite card
that few return from.
It's my favorite card of all time.
This is something that Eric and I have always joked about, retirement. What do retired guys get? They get a boat, right? Yeah, so do divorced dads. They get the boat. Isn't she a beaut? And there's so many different cards, so many different ones.
If you look up divorced dads on on Google, his store will come up. But there is a caveat. He has 2 stores, but he's moving over to another store, so you'll have to look him up. But dude, if you get a chance to go on Instagram and look up divorced dads, dude, his reactions are funny. And what's so funny about the whole thing is pro wrestling, he sells it so well.
Oh, it's real, dude. It's so realistic.
Like the scripts he writes for it is fucking hilarious because he'd be like, "Oh, you can do bald spot with hair growth, and you can combine them together to do this and da 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 da." Like he just, it's so stupid, but god damn it, it's the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. I hope he comes out with divorced moms. I'm praying to the gods he like does divorced moms, like because
that would be
hilarious.
Dude, I mean, this has the potential to be very, very popular because it's such a funny thing. It's fairly unknown for right now. I mean, there are openings on YouTube of people opening these packs if you want to see what they're all about. But I highly recommend supporting this guy and actually going and buying your own. It's really funny.
The funny thing about
and you know what? Don't just buy them for you. Buy them for your dad. Your dad would.
Father's Day gift.
My dad would crack up, man.
You should take him out there with him to show it to him.
I should, honestly.
So, like, the funny thing is that me and Amara used to laugh because we just wanted to see him get this house. And then finally, it was really funny because we would finally. I was watching one of the videos and I had a heart attack when he actually got the house. And then so I just said to Amara, I'm like, he fucking did it! He fucking got the house!
Yeah, the one card that I wanted to get if I didn't get the house, which I didn't get the house, was Bad Back.
Bad Back is great.
Bad Back.
We'll have to get some more. We have to get some more starter packs when we get paid for sure. Like I think we and you should do a unboxing of a set of cards. Buy them, and when they come in, we just do like a whole episode of us opening the cards and just laughing at what we get.
It's so funny. So yeah.
Well, thank you guys.
Divorced dads.
Divorced dads, please support them. I want to thank you guys for being patient with us. We've had a lot of stuff go on. Especially like we had vacations, we had family stuff, we had, mental stuff and crazy stuff that went on too. Please like and subscribe to this man over here, Video Game Collector's Field Guide. Please support his Kickstarter and his PDF that's coming out. Also, Premium Edition Games, they give indie developers the opportunity to have their games released physically. They do such an amazing job on all their stuff, especially this guy over here with the instruction guides. I get a little sneak peek sometimes to check them out, which is pretty cool. Also, you can support me at GI Gamer 1981 on Facebook. You can also look me up on Instagram as well. I always promote out the episodes. Please check us out on Magdx on YouTube, Apple, and Spotify. We try to do episodes every week. If you need to catch up on our backlog, you can go back and check out some of our other fun stories we had on there. Appreciate all you guys. We will see you probably in a couple weeks because he's going to be out in California doing his thing. I might do a small mini episode of GI Gamer on probably a live cast, just BSing about stuff. Maybe next week, but please definitely support us. It helps us more when we have people to share around with it, and also support Divorced Dads. Like I said before, that guy is a god in our book. He is an absolute god.
Amazing.
We'll see you guys. We'll keep you guys updated when the next episode will drop. I hope you guys enjoy it. And we'll see you next week. Later.
Later, guys.